tonight.
Live from the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is WEAU 13 News at 10.
The first part of a major winter storm has been bringing steady snow all evening long, covering roads and impacting travel.
Impacts from this storm are expected to continue the next few days as that snow piles up. Let's get the latest information from Skywarn 13 Chief Meteorologist Darren Meyer.
Well, this first phase of the winter storm seems to be on track at this point, with the steady snow continuing likely through much of tonight. But the intensity so far has been more in that light to moderate range rather than heavy. So overall accumulations going into tomorrow morning may be pared down a little bit from earlier thinking. Still, there will be a slow go early on. Now, we still have these winter storm warnings in effect for the entire area, but our northern and southern counties are under a winter weather advisory. This will go into effect in those areas going into tomorrow morning and through the afternoon. Now, we're seeing most places reporting, in fact, here on this map, just about everybody reporting some snow. Temperatures haven't moved much, so this is a powdery snow that is currently falling throughout the area. Here's a look at our radar and satellite statewide. You can see these bands that have been pushing in from the west, pretty much moving west to east. Again, a little bit less down towards the south of I-90, and also up to the northern areas here. The air is dry and not really reaching the ground, say near and north of Highway 8. So those are places that may not see very much accumulation from this first round. You can see that closer here, looking at Rice Lake and Ladysmith. Down to the south, a little bit of a heavier band in southern Jackson, parts of Monroe County. Our future radar shows the snow generally continuing through the overnight, but then starts to lighten up, and we'll catch a little bit more of a break for the first half of tomorrow. I'll have the rest of your forecast on this winter storm coming up later.
As the snow falls, crews across western Wisconsin are working around the clock to try to clear the roads.
WEAU's Maria Blau is live in Eau Claire with a look at how two departments are planning to tackle the cleanup process.
Alex and Danielle, over the last several hours, the snow has been coming down here in Eau Claire. With anticipated double-digit snowfall, highway and street departments are preparing for a long road ahead. Before the first snowflake falls, the Chippewa County Highway Department is at work preparing.
We've known about this one for a few days, so it gave us a chance to get a jump start on things as far as getting all the trucks tuned up and getting all the plow blades changed if they needed to be, and just getting ready. Highway Commissioner Brian Kelly says when the storm hits, the priority becomes keeping the roads passable. We'll be out there on the 4 lanes as much as we need to be. The other county and state roads, we won't be out there overnight, but we'll be out there first thing in the morning if we need to be 4 a.m. To the south in Eau Claire, the city's street division has also been busy getting ready for the storm. Streets and Fleet Manager Aaron Nicholson says one of his goals is to keep up with the falling snow.
The plan right now, we got 14 guys on a shift at a time, so we'll have around-the-clock coverage. Each morning around 7 a.m., we're tentatively planning a full residential plow. So we're going to try and get as much done during the day as we can each day, but then with the knowledge that we might not get everything done. With the double-digit snowfall expected, Nicholson says the whole cleanup process will take some time. Please be patient. This is, 20 inches of snow is a lot, so we're like I said, we got people around the clock working. We're going to stay on top of it the best we can. But just be patient. It's going to take us quite a while to get it cleaned up. Nicholson says the full process of clearing the snow in the city could take a couple of weeks. To help street crews, Nicholson says make sure to remove garbage cans from the road. He also recommends, if you can, try to avoid parking on the street.
Maria, do we know what the plan is for all the snow once it's cleared from the roads?
Yeah, Danielle, in the downtown area, Nicholson says they'll likely have to haul some of that snow away. The recent warmer temperatures helped melt some of the older snow away, and that's giving them more space to work with.
All right, thanks, Maria. And as we prepare for even more snow to fall, school district administrators are also watching the weather to see if they need to call a snow day, keep school in person, or have a virtual learning day. The Chippewa Falls Area Unified School District has taken 6 snow days so far this school year, but it only allotted 2 snow days and have been making up those days through in-person and asynchronous learning. The district's superintendent says with this snowstorm, the district is prepared to make adjustments to upcoming classes.
We already have asynchronous learning in place for Wednesday and Thursday if needed. You know, we've already made those plans and made our families and our students and our staff aware of that.
You can check out the latest school closures and event cancellations scrolling on the bottom of your screen and on our website. And UW-Eau Claire announced in-person classes on the Eau Claire, Rice Lake, and Marshfield campuses are canceled due to the weather. Beginning at 3 p.m. Wednesday through Thursday evening, there will be no in-person classes for UWEC students. Students are reminded to check with instructors for more information on classes that may be held remotely. In-person classes and services will resume Friday at 8 a.m. Voters across Wisconsin headed to the polls today for the spring primary.
In Eau Claire County, the voter turnout was approximately 17.3% of eligible voters. Voters weighed in on which candidate they want to see on the state Supreme Court. Justice Patience Rogensack is retiring, and 4 judges you see there are hoping to replace her. The 2 candidates with the most votes face off in the April 4th election for that seat on the state Supreme Court. So far, Janet Protasewicz and looks like Daniel Kelly will be advancing to that April 4th election. You can find more results from today's spring primary on WEAU.com. 3 people are arrested and face multiple drug-related charges in Monroe County. The Sparta Police Department arrested 39-year-old Rainbow Gonzalez, 35-year-old David Smith, and 41-year-old Lavelle Early. Each faces multiple charges tied to possession of drugs. According to information from the Sparta Police Department, officers searched 2 homes on February 17th and found drugs, drug paraphernalia, and $12,000 in cash. A 4th person tied to this case, 33-year-old Brittany Stokes, has not been located by law enforcement officers. The Blue Gold's women's basketball team takes on UW-Platteville in the first round of the WIAC Conference Tournament. Justice has highlights.
And we're just getting started with a long-duration snowstorm that will leave a lot of cleanup even after it ends. Chief Meteorologist Darren Meyer is in next with your full Skywarn 13 forecast.
You're watching WEAU 13 News with Danielle Wagner, Alex Loroff, Skywarn 13 meteorologist Darren Meyer, and sports with Justice Cleveland. This is WEAU 13 News at 10. Now, your Skywarn 13 weather forecast.
Well, the first flow of snowflakes worked into the Eau Claire area right around 4:30 this afternoon, and we've had steady, light to occasionally moderate snow up to this point. So accumulations so far have remained on the lighter side. Haven't seen any specific numbers quite just yet, but generally 1 to 2 inches, perhaps a few pockets of higher amounts than that, especially in places that have been under some of these more narrow, intense bands. And we've seen those kind of come and go throughout the course of the night. Now, I will tell you right off that the northern edge of this has a cutoff, a pretty sharp cutoff, and if you live near and especially north of Highway 8, you may not get much of anything from this first round of snow. And what you're going to see later on is that the overall snowfall totals have been dropped just a bit, and this is part of the reason because this is really starting to be a little bit more of a narrow scenario, at least for this first round tonight. So up to the north, well, you're going to be really getting more of your snow as we head into the second round. Nonetheless, the I-94 corridor continues with some steady snow. Down to the south, we've seen a few higher bands of intensity coming through areas near and now north of I-90, but there is a bit of a dry slot down to the south end of La Crosse, and that also could impact totals there. So it's generally in this area between Eau Claire and La Crosse that'll have the best chance to maybe see up to about 6 inches of accumulation by morning. Now, expanding the shot out, there is still plenty of snow to our west that needs to move through. So timing-wise, this is still likely to carry right through the overnight, not really wind down much until early tomorrow morning. Still seeing some pockets of heavier snow in parts of South Dakota. So this is all, again, what we're calling a two-phase winter storm. Phase 1 is tonight. Periods of light to moderate snow. There could be an occasional heavier burst. Now, the steady snow, as I mentioned, will start to taper off sometime during the very early morning hours. Could very well be a couple hours before daybreak. That'll taper off to snow showers. Not confident that the snow is totally going to end. It could occur that way, but I think some light snow will continue on and off throughout the morning. Now, by daybreak, 3 to possibly up to 6 inches, again, depending on where you live, and we'll also start to see some of those breezes increase. Now, the second part of this storm still on track to come in sometime tomorrow afternoon. That'll be with the main low pressure system, and the intensity should start to ramp up, if not by late afternoon, certainly into the evening. Now, the snow will continue Wednesday night. Another change that we're starting to see is we may get a little bit of a dry slot to come up a bit farther to the north. That could also impact total snow accumulations. This also is looking to end a little bit earlier now. I think by noon. Some of the forecast guidance tonight has it moving out by mid-morning Thursday. So all of those factors should bring down our total accumulations just a bit. Winds, though, will still be on the stronger side, and that means still some significant blowing and drifting. Temperatures are in the teens, so this is a light powdery snow. Most places are reporting the snow at this hour. Colder air to the north and west, and this will be filtering in as this storm pulls away. Here's our band of snow for tonight. The main low, though, is actually off the map here, and that'll continue to work our way. So here's the band of snow, tapering to snow showers early tomorrow morning. Then we get this wave to come back up throughout the afternoon. Look for the snow to continue throughout the night, and then it begins to pull away as we head on into your Thursday morning. Here's our revised snow totals, and again, still thinking the main area of highest accumulations along I-94, a bit to the south, 14 to up to 18 inches, and still a big ring in between of a foot or more of snow. Otherwise, this system does pull away. We're looking at that improving conditions Thursday afternoon. Drier weather, cold on Friday behind the system, and then things do get better for the weekend. Danielle, I just want to point out, just because we brought down the total snow accumulation, it doesn't mean that things are going to be a lot better. A foot of snow or 14 or 15 inches is still very impactful, and it's still going to cause a lot of issues on the roads.
It's funny, I was going to point that out too, that like, yes, the numbers might be improving a little bit, but there's still going to be a lot of snow, and you need to be very careful
and there's always moving parts with this, and that's why things do tend to change, but still a very significant winter storm.
Definitely. Thanks, Darren.
In SportScene 13, plenty of prep sports postseason action for both basketball and hockey. Plus, the WIAC women's basketball tournament continues with UW Eau Claire hosting Platteville.
SportScene 13 is brought to you by Menards. WEAU 13 News presents SportScene 13.
Last night, the UW Eau Claire men's basketball team defeated Platteville to move on to the WIAC tournament semifinals. And tonight, the same two schools on the women's side. The Blue Golds looking to start their trek to back-to-back conference tournament championships. Blue Golds looking for their third win over the Pioneers this season. Second quarter, Blue Golds leading, and Jessie Rudin adding to it as she hits the jumper. It's 31-20 Eau Claire. On to the third quarter. Pioneers keeping it close. Ella Makowitz takes the pass, hits the three from the top of the key. It's 35-31 Blue Golds. Fourth quarter now, Blue Golds start clicking. Bailey Reardon inside for the tough basket and the foul. It's 56-49 Eau Claire. Blue Golds playing some great defense. Jessie Rudin with the interception. She'll take it all the way for the score. 60-51 Eau Claire. Then Rudin hits Courtney Crouch, moving without the ball. She scores, gets the foul as well. It's 63-51 Eau Claire. Seniors just keep it going. Crouch to Tyra Betcher for the score. Blue Golds moving on. They win 65-55, and they will get a rematch with Stout on Friday.
You do take some comfort in the fact that you have 5 seniors that have done this before and understand what it takes. And I do know they wanted to get back and have another opportunity to, be in that semifinal and to play better basketball. And that's what we talked about tonight. It's not just about the winning for us right now. It's about playing really good basketball. This group, I feel like they don't think that they've played their best yet.
While Oshkosh just edges La Crosse 57-54, they'll face Whitewater in that other semifinal. Tonight, the road to the Resch Center in Green Bay began for prep girls basketball teams as the playoffs opening with regional quarterfinals. We'll start in Division 4. Eau Claire Regis at home taking on Colby. Second half, Ramblers well in control, keeping up the pressure. Ashley Chilson comes away with a steal, takes it to the hoop, lays it in. It's 57-25 Regis. Hornets will answer. Savannah Thompson wide open, going to the basket. She picks up the easy lay-in to make it 57-27. Ramblers, though, they maintain control in this one, still up by 30. Mason Cullen with a nice move in the paint, drops it in from short range as Regis gets the victory in this one, 76-43. Over in Augusta, the Beavers hosting Spring Valley. Lots of defense to offense. Brittany Bergman pokes it free and gathers the loose ball, sprinting into transition for the three-point lead. Next possession, Kennedy Corker gets a steal, and she gets in on the scoring action, extending Augusta's lead to 5. Same score a few minutes later. Corker looking for more. Pop shot. Bergman gathers it off the board, puts it back in. Augusta gets the victory over Spring Valley in this one, 67-40. Scores from around the area in Division I. It's Appleton West over Chippewa Falls, and D2 Hayward takes down Logan. Barron a winner in D3, as is Bloomer. In D4, Chautauqua over Boyceville and Mondovi over Whitehall. Glenwood City on the road as a 15 seed, taking on McDonald. Lady Mac's star connection working early. Marley Hughes inside to Aubrey Dorn for 2. Then it's Hughes with the steal. Tough angle shot. Goes off the glass. Draws the foul as well. Lady Mac's opened the game up with a 16-0 run. Libby Wagner, the star for the Hilltoppers, a steal and takes it coast to coast for the bucket. But McDonald, just too much tonight. Hughes, full court pass to Dorn. Another easy bucket for the Macs. McDonald moving on. They get the win 83-27. Late in the front, we got Emmanuel taking on Owen Withy. Late in the first half, Blackhawks with a 2-point lead. Geneva Capetillo with a nice move going to the basket, lays it up and in. They end the half on a 14-0 run, lead by 6 at the break. Second half, Kendall Weiler off the steal, racing the ball up, takes it right to the basket. It's 31-23 Blackhawks. Emmanuel trying to climb back into this one, down by 6. It's Cheyenne Wales cutting that deficit as she sinks the 3. And it's 31-28 at that point, and they'd stay that way, getting the win over Emmanuel Dezo and Withy, 59-53. Other scores, Gilman in Division 5 over Lake Holton as Elmwood Plum City winners. New Auburn a winner. Clayton, it's Cochran Fountain City, and Royal all winners in Division 5. Elk Mound hosting Elmwood Plum City in boys basketball. Caden Russo scoring his 1,000th point tonight. Wolves down by 6. Great ball movement. Aiden Bertzer, who nails the corner 3, cuts that deficit to 3. Russo also doing damage beyond the arc. He gets it to go. It's 42-20, 36 Mounders. Ryan Bartik drives. Good finish with the left hand. 10-point lead for Elk Mound. And then the steal by Cale Knutson, patiently waiting, and finds Sam Wenzel charging down the floor for the bucket. Elk Mound gets the win. Elk Mound gets the win 53-42. They will at least be Dunn St. Croix co-champions. They clinch a share. North honoring their seniors tonight in their final home game of the year. They honor injured senior Avery Santana, allowing him to score the first bucket in his final doghouse appearance. Emotion and adulation high in the North Gym. Huskies running early too, trailing 5-2, but Carter Robidek hits a cutting C.J. Scheffler to cut the deficit to 1. From there, though, Superior rode the red-hot 3-ball. Devin Ford steps up from way downtown for a 17-point lead as the Spartans top North 74-56 your final. Well, coming up next on SportScene, 13th Prep sectional semifinal hockey, and plus teams get ready for state wrestling.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Welcome back. The Prep Hockey Playoffs rolling on tonight. Sectional semifinal action in Division I. Wisconsin Rapids upset 1-seed Eau Claire Memorial last week. Tonight, taking on another powerhouse in defending state champs Hudson. First period off the face-off. The shot is saved, but Alec Potrat circles around the back of the net, gets the quick wraparound, and it's 1-0 Raiders. Later in the first, the rush on for Hudson. Gannon Blazer with the shot from the right wing, and he'll score. It's 2-0 Hudson. But a strong forecheck from the Red Raiders. They're going to get back into this one. Down 2-1 to pass to Carson Gaz, who finds the back of the net, making it 3-2. Then the shot from distance. That is Keenan Miller, and this game is tied up at 3 apiece. But Hudson responds in the third. Alvin Schrader keeps the puck in the zone, then unleashes the blast from the point. Hudson then adds a few more. They're moving on. They get the win 6-3. So who would they play? Would it be Spash or Superior? Superior struck early, 1-0 lead. Mason Keller looking to tie it back up, but not enough. Trent Peterson with the save. But Spash would get their chance. Right place, right time for Jackson Spees, finding the opening to tie the game at 1 with 5 minutes left in the first. Following period, Cage Smidja gets the Keller some revenge, sending a laser into the net, giving Spash a 2-1 lead. But that would prove to be the last celebration of the Panthers season. Carson go there, looking for a goal, can't get the shot, but the backhanded assist will do the trick. Hunter, Chris John, it's a 2-2 contest. Spartans score 2 more to secure the semifinal in 4-2. They'll meet Hudson Friday in Chippewa Falls in the sectional final. Other scores, Ram Hockey. They get the win and head into the sectional finals with a 7-4 win over Black River Falls. They'll face Menominee on Saturday as they top Baldwin Woodville 6-3, while New Richmond will meet Amory as well, as they both won their sectional semifinal games. Girls bracket, Central Wisconsin Storm, your defending state champs, hosting the Hayward Co-op. Hayward up 2-1. Savannah Harris, hair flipping in the win on the breakaway. Chloe Lemke with the save. 2-1 headed to the third. In the final period, the Storm doing everything to get the equalizer. Check out Gabby Hauser with the backhand. Floats it past the blocker. The Storm are back in business. The game appears to be heading for overtime until Reese Sheehan is stopped by Lemke, but the puck flutters around until it rolls to Brooklyn Griffins, and she gets it, sending the Storm packing for the season as Hayward gets the win, 4-2. Other girls score. Hudson over St. Croix Valley 2-1. It was Cooley Region edging Black River Falls 3-2, and Superior gets the win over Marshfield. Well, the state wrestling tournament will start on Thursday. A few teams getting the chance to get down early. Eau Claire North hosted a send-off for 2 girls wrestlers on their way to the state tournament. Junior Shelley Bowman and senior Cambry Lockton will represent the Huskies in Madison. This is just the second year of the girls wrestling program at North, and Coach Kylie Herrick is excited to see the growth in the program that she has had in that short time. The duo and their coach look forward to the challenge of competing on the big stage.
I believe that they have done so awesome this year. They have improved so much just from the beginning of the year to now. They've shown so much improvement in every single match that they have wrestled, and I'm just really excited to see where they go this weekend. Obviously, I would love to see a win down there, but win, loss, or draw, I'm just so proud of them for the work that they have done.
To be honest, I really want first place, but I can't expect too much, so I'm going to just wrestle hard and hope for the best.
I feel like I already succeeded. Just being able to get to go down there, whatever happens, happens, but just qualifying is so exciting.
Good Out Wrestling also having a send-off for 10 wrestlers. The boys, highlighted by Braden Sonateg, will be looking for his 4th career title. He's joined by Tristan Dreyer, Cole Pfeiffer, Dawson Webster, Levi Lindsay, and Axel Teagles. The girls team also qualified 4 wrestlers: Izzy Sonateg, Maria Kahua, Shannon Burlum, and Elena Kempin. The celebration featuring fun costumes, some dancing, and all having fun as they walk their way in the halls on their way to Madison. So good luck to all of them. That does it for sports. We'll be right back.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
So we are in phase one of 2 phases of the storm.
That's right. Still looking at 2 phases, and both will lead to significant impacts to travel. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to 3 to possibly up to 6 inches of snow. I've updated our snow timing and intensity during the day tomorrow. Notice generally light from the morning into the early to mid-afternoon. Then it ramps up. We have a period of heavier snow tomorrow evening that could produce those higher snowfall rates. Then maybe a little bit of a dip as a dry wedge may get up into the Eau Claire area, and then it picks up again into early Thursday morning before it pulls away as we head on into the afternoon. Otherwise, we are looking at snowfall totals that have come down some, but still a wide swath of at least a foot of snow, so don't think it's going to be that much better.
Might be a good idea to get up early and just clear those driveways and sidewalks. It'll be a long couple of days.
Come on over, anybody who wants to.
I'll be there. Nah, maybe not. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.